Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Maximizing Your Potential Talk Show. I'm your host, Gertrude J. Chapman, and I would like to invite you all to a few minutes with me where I talk about, these topics to maximize your potential, but most importantly, to build your self-esteem and self-confidence. I've been working on this course that's going to launch next month. I don't know if it'll be the middle of next month or the end of next month, but we're working on this project right now, and it's in the final stages. And it talks about, it teaches about, put it this way, building your self esteem and self confidence. And I know that's something that happens to a lot of people. They go through these issues with their confidence and their self esteem, and especially women, because that's who my audience is to. My audience is to women, to make sure that your ultimate goals, that you don't give up, that you be encouraged to follow your dreams, and not throw in the towel, but really get to the root of what's causing the problem. And like I said, I did done some research, and I came across um, an article that said 79% of women suffer from a general form of low self-esteem and self-confidence issues. And that's a high percentage when we stop to think about how much we as women are involved in. And people not thinking that, or women, put it this way, not thinking that they have what it takes, or they don't see their value. And that's so um not right. That's so false. Because I want to tell you, I want to inspire you today to let you know everyone has value. Everyone has something to offer. And there is something significant about you. You're not insignificant. You're not an afterthought. You're not, a nobody. And what you contain on the inside, you may not think that it's important, but it's important to someone else. You know, I have, I work with women who are writing their books. And matter of fact, that's another thing that we have coming up next month also. This has been a busy month. And if you could tell by, my voice right now, there's so much that we're involved in trying to get projects out. And, things have deadlines. We're constantly rolling here. It's never a really a day when there's not anything going on. But these two big projects are coming up next month. And like I said, it's that course and it's that collaboration um, where I want women to see their value. I want women to see that they're special, that they're important. So we have, spent a lot of hours getting these things together. One is in the form of a book, the other's in the form of a course. And what's coming with this, it's coming with a lot of studio time. It's coming with a lot of commercials being shot. It's coming with a lot of videos. And, sometimes those things take a toll on you. And you can see the results right now. You can hear the results. But nevertheless, I want you to be encouraged. I want to build you up because that's what this program is all about. Maximizing your potential talk show. That's what it's all about. You reaching your ultimate goal, you getting off the sideline and getting back into the flow of things, or stepping into the flow where you weren't before, or recognizing your value, recognizing those treasures and gems that you have on the inside of you. So if you'd like to find out more about that course that's coming up, go to the information that's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. Linktree /keys to wealth building, because this is something that will certainly help you. It will help you by taking away those struggles, by taking away those things that, those obstacles that you may have been going through, to delay you. You don't know how many times, spoke with women who have been delayed for not only weeks or months, but years, because all they needed was to hear one word, or make this one adjustment, or have this bit of inspiration that could have caused them to go forward. That's all they needed. And sometimes that's all you need. That's all, any of us needs is, that bit of adjustment to, build us up and reignite that fire that once burned on the inside of us. So I'm not going to, take up too much of your time, because I have a lot of, studio time to get done today with, preparing for the final stages of this course. But building your self-esteem. And the program is going to be a little bit different today, because I'm going to give you some things. I'm going to ask you some questions that I hope that will joy you, that will, get you to thinking, well, this can be a little better, or not a little better, but this could be better in my life. I need to do this to, to ignite you to take some action steps and not just give up, Sometimes there are women who's been discouraged. And like I said, for whatever reason, they've given up and they just don't know what to do. So all of these things are going to help you by jogging your memory, by giving you hope, by letting you see that you're not alone. Sometimes, we think that we're the only one that's facing these things. When in essence, there's a lot of other people that, go through the same things. So it's more of a support, because like I said, that's coming out next month, where it's me and a couple of other women, and we're showing you what we have done, and hoping that it ignites something on the inside of you to say, well, if they could do this, and and overcome and get to right now, I could do it too. I could do it too. So that's what it's all about. It's all about us helping one another to reach our goals. And it's a support system. So you're not all alone. But the topic today is, what are you seeing? And it's in line with, building your self-esteem and self-confidence. What are you seeing? And how is it impacting your growth? Or is it impacting your growth? Or is there any growth there? So when I'm asking you, what are you seeing and how is it impacting your growth? I want you to really think about this. Okay? Is it impacting your growth, or is it impeding your growth? Think about this. I want you to really be honest with yourself. So, you could come up with a plan to alleviate those pain points that you may be facing now, or that you are facing, or avoid even facing them. So this is just giving you something to think about. So the first talking point will be, expectations. So this is a great time to grab that pen and grab that notepad and jot down these questions that I'm going to ask you. Because today it's about a bunch of questions that I want to allow to sink in, on the inside of you. So you could really give yourself honest, answers to these questions. So you could look at them. Be honest with yourself today because it will help you. What are you seeing? The topic. How is it impacting your growth? The first talking point is expectations. Do you see a favorable outcome? With expectations, do you see a favorable outcome? The next question is, are your expectations building your confidence? Are your expectations building your confidence? The next point under here, the next question under expectations is, have you replaced assumptions with possibilities? Have you replaced assumptions with possibilities? Now, this all has to do, what are you seeing and your expectations? And these are some questions that you should ask yourself to see where you are on the spectrum of reaching your ultimate goals. Let me go to the comments section quickly. Good morning, Lucky. How you doing today? It's great seeing you. Today I'm talking about questions that will either impact your growth or has your growth been impeded when we're talking about self-confidence and self-esteem. Okay. Are your expectations realistic? Are they demanding or are they flexible? That's a great question. Are your expectations realistic when we talk about expectations? And are they demanding? Are they flexible? These are some good, questions that, you could ask yourself and find out where you are on your journey to walking towards your ultimate goal. You said, I'm good, just packing, getting ready to go on a 3-day retreat starting tomorrow morning. Well, good. Everybody deserves some time away. And I hope that, you have an enjoyable time. Get some self-care. Self-care is what it's all about, is what it's all about. And, it's much needed. We need to, take a break from time to time and, take care of ourselves. I did it, about maybe a month ago. Went up to the mountains, with family. Had a great time. So, so I hope you enjoy yourself, on your 3-day retreat. And, just sit back and really, soak in the atmosphere and just, relax. That's a beautiful thing when you can relax. That's another way to, take time to build yourself up. Because, we work so hard, y'all. We work so hard. So always remember, play hard, just like you work hard, take time out for yourself. and really, relax. Relax your mind, relax your body, relax everything about you. So that's a great thing. Thanks for sharing that because that's very important. So, what are you seeing? How is it impacting your growth, or is it impeding your growth? How about beliefs? Has your range of view expanded? Now, as you heard everything else, and you've been hearing these topics from day to day and talking about your belief systems, has your range of view expanded? Or are you stuck in one mode? You know, is it impacting your growth or is it impeding your growth? So these are different you can ask yourself. The next question I like to ask under beliefs is, can you see past the obvious? Can you see past that? Because you have to see past something that you normally see. You have to be able to see past that. And all of this comes with you taking the time to focus, to concentrate on reaching your ultimate goals. There's something more than what you normally see. And if you're not seeing beyond that, why not? Beliefs. What are you seeing? The next question there would be, has your understanding been enlightened? Has your understanding been enlightened? And understanding has a lot to do with your seeing. Because if you don't understand something, you won't be able to see it. That's why we have aha moments where now the light bulb comes on. Because you have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. You have to see it in your understanding before you ever see it naturally, or you'll never see it. You'll never see yourself past your pain points. You'll never see yourself out of a situation. And all of this has to do with beliefs. Your belief. What do you believe? So, what are you seeing? And remember, building your self-confidence, building your self-esteem. These are some of the things that, will be addressed. And not saying exactly like I'm asking them to you, but it'll give you the how-tos. It'll give you in-depth ways to overcome situations and circumstances. It's going to build you. So if you're saying, Gertrude, I need help in this area, go to the bottom of that, the link that's on the scrolling across the bottom of the screen, and get in touch with us. And let us see if you, are a good candidate for this course. Because like I say, this is for serious people. This is for people who want to make a change. And it's fair to you to say, well, if you haven't come to the end of yourself and you're still out there, want to sit on the sidelines or playing games, well, at this particular time, it's not for you. But when you come to the end of yourself and say, enough is enough, I need to do something. Well, then, you just step in. But that's what it's all about. Building your self-esteem, building your self-confidence. your beliefs. The next talking point is under what are you seeing? The actions applied. The action applied. What actions have you have you taken to keep you on course? What action or actions have you taken to keep you on course? Or you just sitting around wishing and hoping and praying that it'll be done? You have to get involved. You have to do something. You just can't sit by and wait for your ship to come in. Nothing happens if you don't make it happen. Nothing happens if you don't apply action to it. Those books won't sell if you don't put forth some action. No matter what popular platform is on, your book will get buried. No one will see it. That product, that service. If you don't put action toward it, nobody's going to know about it. So what action have you applied? Actions. Or why not? How is it impacting your growth or impeding your growth? Come on, you got to come out of yourself. You got to come out of those comfort zones. And what is keeping you there? That's where it comes to building your self-esteem and building your self-confidence. Because certainly there's something, there's a breakdown there somewhere that's stopping you from moving forward. The next question is, under what are you seeing action apply? Are you willing to make adjustments to move in a clear direction? You have to be willing. You have to be willing. Are you willing to make those adjustments that will help you move in a clear direction? And that starts with, taking this class. Because you have struggled with this long enough. You have struggled with this long enough. And you have to come to that realization. I have to move on. So, are you willing to make adjustments to move in a clear direction? The next question under this action apply, will you be willing to follow a new strategy to achieve your goals? Will you be willing to follow a new strategy to achieve your goals? Again, here's that word, willing. This involves you. Action applied. This involves you doing something. You can't remain stuck, y'all. You can't remain stuck when help is here. Okay? Help is here. Now it's up to you to decide. And you have to always remember that you are a hot commodity. Always make investments in yourself. You invest in everything else. You invest in knickknacks. And when you use this word investment, you always think of the big things. But how many times you go to the store and just invest? Anytime you exchange money, you're investing in this, clothes, little knickknacks, different things that you really don't need. You really don't need those things. Those are things that you want. But how about the things that you truly need to help you build your self-confidence, build your self-worth, where you can maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. How about those things? Don't be ever afraid to invest in yourself. Invest in your mindset, getting your mind to a higher level where you could see clearly, where you could, go out there and sell 1,000,000 copies of your book or sell your products to millions of subscribers or consumers out there, or even have your business as a franchise where people, um, you know, invest into your business. I'm just saying. But these things require you taking the next step. So are you willing? Let's move to the next talking point under what are you seeing? Meditation. Okay? And not in a bad way. I know a lot of times people shy away from that, but meditation, you do it every day. You allow those negative thoughts to come and take residence in your mind, and you sit in there thinking about them day in and day out, all throughout the day. And then you pick up on them the next day. You pick up on them the next day. So what are you seeing? The first question here is, what images are you seeing? And how is it motivating you to reach your ultimate goal? What images are you seeing? And how is it motivating you to reach your ultimate goal? Think about that. Meditation, because you're meditating on these things. Well, I'm talking about building your self-esteem and your self-confidence. What are you seeing? How is it impacting your growth? Is it impacting your growth, or it's hindering your growth? It's either or. Either you're growing or you're not. There's no in between. What images are you seeing? And how is it motivating you to reach your ultimate goal? Here's the next question. Have you allowed meditating on your vision to be a part of your plan? Have you allowed meditating on your vision to be a part of your plan? That's a very important question, just like all of them. And I want you to, be truthful. Answer these questions honestly. And see where you stand. There's help for you. There's help for you. We all go through, different stages in our lives, different things that we are faced with. It's okay to say, I need help. I need to do better. That's okay. No one's going to judge you, especially here. We don't judge anyone because we know how it is. We know what it takes. We know what it felt like when, we went through a certain situation. We're here to help. So if you'd like to know more about that program, or excuse me, that course that's going to launch next month, and you want to be a part of that, go to the information that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Linktree/keys to wealth building. Linktree/keys to wealth building. And that has to do with maximizing your potential. And stop leaving money on the table. Women, you have so much knowledge on the inside of you, so much wisdom. But it's all, bottled up, tangled up, hiding behind things. We want to make it clear to you, give you that clear direction, help you see for yourself what needs to be done in your life, and help you to arrive at your ultimate goal. Because you have value and you have worth. The next question that falls under meditation, under what are you seeing, is, do you know that you could use meditation to shift self-defeating thoughts? You could do it. You could use meditation to shift self-defeating thoughts. I'm going to ask that question again when I'm talking about what are you seeing under meditation. Do you know how, put it that way, to use meditation? I might have said it wrong the first time. Let me say this again for those of you who's writing it, okay? Do you know how to use meditation to shift self-defeating thoughts? You meditate on something all day long. You're meditating on the negative. Now, how you could turn that around? This is not any religion that I'm talking about. I'm talking about something that you do each and every day, all day long. You may not think it's meditation, but you're concentrating on it all day long. You have the picture in your mind, seeing the outcome of something that hasn't happened, but as you continue to concentrate on it, which is meditation, concentration, meditation, guess what? You're bringing it to pass. So, do you know how meditation, could shift those self-defeating thoughts? And they can. They can. And the last and final talking point that I want to address today, when I'm talking about what are you seeing? Thoughts. Thoughts. And how it's impacting your growth. Think about those thoughts. The first question is, are your thoughts lining up with what you are seeing? Are your thoughts lining up with what you are seeing? And you hear me talking about this from time to time, and more often than not. So, are your thoughts lining up with what you are seeing? And how is that impacting your growth or hindering your growth? The next question is, are you willing to let go of unproductive thoughts and be willing to seek a new beneficial way? Are you willing to let go of unproductive thoughts and be willing to seek a new beneficial way? There go that word again, willing. It has to be something that you will to do. This is not forcing you to do anything. It has to be of your own free will. And this A lot of times happen when people come to the end of themselves, when they're tired of, just fighting, struggling, going against, what they should be doing. So that question is, are you willing to let go of unproductive thoughts and be willing to seek a new beneficial way? And if you are, just go to that information that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. And let's talk about it. Let's see if you are a perfect match for this course that's coming up next month, talking about building your self-esteem and your self-confidence. Linktree/keys to wealth building. Because there's great wealth on the inside of you. You may not know it, but we want to, get you to see it, where you could discover what's inside of you. Because there's gems there, there's treasures there. Thoughts are energy. Protect your energy. That's true. Thoughts are energy. Oh, yes, sir. We have to protect our energy and use that energy, in a positive way. Because, that energy, those thoughts, those things would propel us to go forward or keep us, in the background. And I'm not saying the background, but keep us back, hold us back, if I may say. Learn to process your thoughts before taking action to eliminate or minimize regrets. Yeah, we have to learn how to process those thoughts. And that's very good, because sometimes if you're too quick and you jump, you make wrong decisions, and then you can't take those things back. So that's good. Learn how to process those thoughts before taking action to eliminate or minimize regrets. And that's very powerful statement there. Thank you for sharing that with me or with us, And let me see, went to the wrong one. The last question that's coming under thoughts when I'm talking about what are you seeing? How do you truly feel about what you are doing as you work toward fulfilling your goals? I want that to sink in. I want you to give that some thought. How do you truly feel about what you are doing as you work toward fulfilling your goals? And this is something that only you could ask yourself and be honest and truthful to get that answer. Because we want to make sure that you win this time. How many times have some of you been going around and around on a merry-go-round? And you're just going through the routine. But nothing's really changing. Nothing's really changing. We want you to really concentrate on these questions that fell under these categories of expectation, of belief, under action applied, meditation, and thoughts. To give yourself a clear picture for the next step to take in your journey where you could reach your ultimate goal, because that's what it's all about. That's why we take time out, not take time out with you each and every day. Because I want to let you know that whatever you have inside of you, it's not in vain. your being is not in vain. That somebody is waiting for you. Somebody is waiting for you with money in hand. They're waiting for you to show up and show up in a big way. And it's going to make a huge difference in not only their lives, but your life as well, and for generations to come. So let me go to the comment section and see what's here. In answering that question, first ask, what are your intentions? And what's your motivation? What do you want the end results to be? Okay? I'm going to say that again. When I ask the question, how do you truly feel about what you are doing as you work toward fulfilling your goal? And this is the second part. In answering that question, first ask, what are your intentions? And what's your motivation? What do you want the end result to be? Now that gives you something to think about. That gives you something to think about. And I thank you for, sharing that with us, Lucky. Because I want to see you win. I want to see you win. I want to see you win big. Because you have value. I'm just shaking my head because I can't even find a word for it. But if you only knew how much that you have inside of you, you would be willing to make these changes in order to show up in a big way. I think I even broke that down even yesterday, what I'm trying to say today. To, for you to come into your greatness, for you to see yourself in your greatness. Because there's nothing small and insignificant about you. All I see is greatness. And that's with everybody I meet. You may be saying, well, Gertrude, you can't even see me. You don't even know who I am. But everyone has greatness inside of them, y'all. And I want you to see this for yourself. I want you to be able to not only see it, but receive it and accept it. Okay? Some people have a problem with receiving their greatness and accepting it. But I want you to come into a realization where you receive it and you accept it. And stop shunning away from it, thinking that that's for somebody else and that's not for you. You are much bigger than what you think you are. So that's all I have for you today. Like I said, I thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with me here today on this segment of Maximizing Your Potential talk show. And Lucky, I thank you for tuning in today, and all the rest of you. And, have a great time on this 3-day retreat. Have a great time. And what you're saying, don't minimize the greatness in others to make yours shine. And that's true. Oh, that's true. How many times have we seen that? People, minimizing the greatness in others. No, build your sisters and brothers up, okay? Don't talk down to people and make people feel small to build yourself up. No, we all could win because there's enough for everybody. You just don't know how, maybe, but there's enough for everybody. I always, talk about this from time to time, about there's no lack in this world. There's nothing but abundance, okay? People may tell you, well, there's lack here, there's shortages here, but you know what? That's a lie. If you just get out there in nature and just look around, there's there's a lot of greed in the world, but there's no shortages at all. Okay. There's just a lack of knowledge of how to get it. There's millions for you. Just like other people are making their millions and their trillions, their billions, okay? You can make yours too. Okay, there's just a lack of knowledge of how to get it. But don't ever cut anybody else down to make them look small, and build yourself up, because that truly is a self-esteem, self-confidence issue. So if you're somebody out there that could be honest with yourself and say, well, you know what, Gertrude, I do that from time to time. I have that problem. Well, you could come out of that problem and get that information that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Linktree/keys to wealth building. And let's see if you are a perfect fit. Because if you fit in that category, you definitely will be a perfect fit for building your self-confidence and self-esteem course that's launching next month. So that's all I have to share with you. And thank you, Lucky, for putting that information in. You see how it works when we could, come together in the chat line and just, bounce off of each other to make it more interesting. So if you're just sitting there on the sideline, I welcome you to get in that chat and let's talk about it, because that's what it's all about. It's not about me, y'all. It's about all of us. It's about, our audience, building our audiences up so they could reach and maximize their potential. They could reach their goals and maximize their potential. So thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule here with me today. And I look forward to seeing you the next time. And have fun on your retreat, Lucky. But remember this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.